Have you ever experienced the power of the compound effect? Do you know that this power can be a win or lose in every aspect of your life? It could be the reason why in 2 years you have thousands of students and fans, lots of money, time to work on your projects, play your gigs, time to spend with your family, or no students, no fans, no money, no time. I'm Ian Ruas, this is the Music of Tomorrow, content marketing and strategy for musicians, and today we'll be talking about this superpower we all have in our hands, but don't use it as often or use it incorrectly. I'll start by explaining what is the compound effect and how it can be useful for us musicians. This is a concept presented by author Darren Hardy, who wrote a book of the same name, The Compound Effect, and it refers to extremely small and apparently insignificant actions that, if done with consistency, anyone can achieve an unbelievable result. So to make it clear, what I'm saying is that if we create small actions and repeat them consistently, each time the ability for this habit to grow and duplicate gets easier and easier. I'll explain how it works in a second, but for sure, you're familiarized with the process. If you're a musician, you know what it took to learn the fundamentals of your instruments and then to apply it to your career. It probably took you years of study, practice, and repetition to make it happen. Guess what? It's the same with making money and being successful. It's not by chance, it's by choice. But there is one optimistic fact about this that we seem to ignore. When we are learning our instruments, we don't improve linearly, like getting better little by little. We improve a little bit, then we stagnate, then we improve 2 times more, then we stagnate again, perhaps decline a little bit, then we improve even more drastically. Just think about it. We learn our first chord on guitar, for example. I'm a guitar player, but this is true for any instrument. Then it takes a while for us to learn more chords and put them in the context of a song. But once we do, we quickly learn more songs, faster than the first time. When we learn how to improvise, for those of us who are jazz players, it takes a while until we get used to it. But once we do, we can improvise in 10, 20 other tunes. After years of practice, that skill compounded. And now to learn a new song, it takes just a tiny fraction of the time that it did when we first started. It's the same with business. You might have heard about the penny example. If someone offered you right now $3 million in cash, or 1 penny that doubles its value every day for 31 days, what would you choose? I know that I would choose the $3 million, but the truth is that the penny doesn't increase much in the beginning, but towards the last few days, it more than triples the $3 million. But how can we use that in our favor? Well, the same strategy can be applied to losing weight, saving money, getting fans, followers, and students. And it also can be used conversely. If you compound bad habits, you'll be gaining weight, losing money, losing fans, followers, and students. The great thing about the compound effect is that it doesn't take much to make it happen. The smallest action can be enough, but it takes consistency. You need to repeat it and make little improvements as you go in order for it to really compound. And when it comes to selling your art, here it's how it can be done. If you get 2 followers, you'll be a little easier to get 4. If you get 4, you'll be easier to get 8. If you get 1,000, you'll be easier to get 2,000. If you get 2,000, easier to get 4,000, and so forth. Imagine that these people will be sharing and interacting with your work, which will potentialize your ability to grow. But, as I said in the previous videos, this can only be done if you're in fact delivering real value to your audience. If you haven't watched it yet, you can click on the Music of Tomorrow and check it out. I'm saying all of this because in the last video, I spoke about being very specific about your target audience, and musicians tend to have a hard time understanding this. And I completely get it. It's a logical thought. The more people I try to sell to, the better my chances are, right? Well, it ends up it's not. The more people you try to sell to, the more your work and investment will dissipate and you're likely to fail. We gotta see ourselves as a small business. And our focus needs to be on creating interest, engagement, craving, and converting our prospects into buyers of our music or lesson. Many musicians do their marketing as if they were a multinational, but the priorities of big companies are different, and they have a ridiculous amount of money to spend with their marketing. Our strategy needs to be objective and concise so we can have big results with a small investment. And most companies have started out small. Back then, their priorities were different, and so was their strategy. You want an example of a company that started out with a really small niche and then completely took over the entire world? Facebook. Initially, it was created to Harvard students only. Soon, it expanded to other universities. And then the entire world of all ages, races, and cultures use it. My 87-year-old grandmother has Facebook. So start your Facebook small, specific, and direct. And soon you'll be able to expand more and more. And if you dominate the compound effect, why not do it in every aspect of your life? Just think about the possibilities. I really hope this content helps you out. And next week we'll be talking about the streaming services in a short documentary that will teach you some fundamentals about Spotify and YouTube, what rates they pay to their users, and more important information. Hit subscribe if you like this content and have access to our upcoming videos in which we'll be teaching more about digital marketing, video production, social media marketing, and much more. So you can boost your skills as an artist in this constant changing landscape. Take care, everyone. Thank you for spending this time with me and the Musical Tomorrow. See you soon.